People were shot overnight in downtown Atlanta. 2 of them died, and now investigators are working to figure out what led up to the violence.
The streets and the internet are ablaze with chatter about Lil Durk's recent arrest. But it's not just about the charges. A major buzz is swirling around OTF Jam, the alleged snitch in Durk's inner circle. What's really catching everyone's attention, though, is a video of Jam hyping up Durk, supposedly while wearing a wire.
I ain't gonna lie, this shit like a whole frame change. I ain't gonna lie, this shit look like back in the day.
Oh, more! Oh, dang!
Look like back in the day. Look, he's talking about.
Check on your man, check on your man, you got hit in his head.
I ain't gonna lie, man.
Hey, when I was brought up, I
never having a dare.
architect. Having who?
Don't have a dare. School has no time.
All that whooping on the net.
In an even more shocking twist, Lil Durk's alleged hitman has now spoken out, revealing why he turned on the rapper. Keon Grant, the alleged hitman, reportedly came clean after being caught following the murder of Quando Rondo's cousin, Lil Pop. Facing the heat, Grant told authorities exactly who sent him. And according to federal prosecutors, that name was none other than Lil Durk.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm still learning everything. Like, I want to be like a mastermind. Like, I want to know every situation.
This revelation has thrown Lil Durk, whose real name is Durk Derek Banks, into one of the most severe legal battles of his career. The rapper was arrested in South Florida under allegations of a murder-for-hire plot. The charges are no small matter. The Broward County Sheriff's Office worked with the U.S. Marshals to bring Durk in, claiming he's more than just a rapper. Allegedly, the mastermind behind Only the Family, OTF.
Man, they say OTF Diddy's supposed to be taking a plea deal, man. They saying that, I don't know how to put it. Well, I'm gonna just say this. They say they got like 20,000 pages on Durk. Audio, video, statements, that don't sound good to me. And a lot of y'all always get the, oh, y'all are hating her. Whoa. Hating her keeping it real. Hating her keeping it gangster because y'all might want to hear something else. I'm going to give it to y'all how I give it to y'all. And when something don't seem right, don't fit right with me, all you need is one witness, bro. One witness against one person whole life taken from them. A statement will get you found guilty, man.
Prosecutors argued that OTF isn't just a rap collective, but a criminal enterprise tied to violent crimes and murders, allegedly orchestrated by Durk himself. This isn't just music beef spilling into real life. It's a deeper dive into a history of street conflicts that are now taking center stage in courtrooms.
Come on.
Just keep breathing, cuz.
Hold on, you can't move on that
You got it, my fault.
Yeah.
Man, he's shot. What you mean, wrong side? Alright.
The roots of Lil Durk's current troubles trace back to a tragic and fateful night, November 6th, 2020. That night, the long-standing tension between King Von and Quando Rondo's crews reached its breaking point at the Monaco Hookah Lounge in Atlanta. Around 2 a.m., Von spotted Quando outside the club and wasted no time.
Lil Durk been picked up by the feds. I don't know if he been charged with nothing. Probably questioning and putting OTF in a lot of things. But I heard somebody named OTF Jam, they said they been calling him a rat. And basically he said, okay, I'm a rat. Well, watch this. That's all this information that I know. Rat this, I'm gonna tell this, I'm gonna tell that. My video earlier, I told y'all, man, if somebody say Durk's name, that's all it's gonna take to say that.
Skipping words altogether, Von went straight for him, swinging from the start. What began as a fistfight quickly spiraled out of control. Members from both sides jumped in, and within moments, chaos erupted. Gunfire shattered the night. Amid the frenzy, Von was struck multiple times. He was rushed to the hospital in critical condition, but tragically passed away soon after. At just 26 years old, Von's life was cut short, sending shockwaves through the hip-hop community. Surveillance footage of the incident soon surfaced online, showing the intense altercation and the aftermath. Security on the scene, already on edge, ended up exchanging gunfire with members of the crew, only adding to the confusion. Quando's close associate, Timothy Lil Tim Leaks, was also wounded in the scuffle, but later charged with Von's murder. Despite the charges, Leaks claimed self-defense, sparking heated debates in the media and on social platforms. The events of that night didn't just impact the people directly involved, they left a permanent scar on the rap game. After King Von's death, tensions between Lil Durk and Quando Rondo's camps reached a boiling point. Atlanta police quickly closed Von's homicide case after charging Timothy Lil Tim Leaks, but the fallout was far from over. Things took a darker turn less than 2 weeks later when Quando Rondo released End of Story, a track where he justified the events of that night, calling it self-defense. Lines like, "Blood on your brother on the ground, go and pick your mans up," rubbed Von's circle and Lil Durk the wrong way. The song wasn't just music, it was a direct message. Rondo made it clear he had no remorse and wasn't about to back down. Things only got worse from there. Quando Rondo's shows, including one in Macon, Georgia, were canceled due to security concerns. Rumors swirled that Lil Durk was buying tickets to keep tabs on Rondo, sending a chilling message that Durk's crew was always watching. Adding to the chaos, alleged DMs between Durk and Rondo started circulating. In these messages, Rondo appeared to be trying to clear the air. However, Rondo went on Instagram to deny the screenshots, claiming they were fake and saying, "Don't believe no internet, I ain't DMing nobody." The drama reached a breaking point on August 19, 2022. Authorities alleged that word got back to Durk's crew about Quando's location, a hotel in Los Angeles. That same day, 5 alleged OTF members, DeAndre Wilson, Keith Jones, David Lindsay, Asa Houston, and an unnamed accomplice, booked flights from Chicago to San Diego. From there, they drove to LA using cash that prosecutors say came directly from Durk. Durk reportedly kept his distance, texting his crew with clear instructions: "Don't book no flights under no names involved with me." While the operation unfolded, Durk was allegedly spotted staying low-key at a location in the San Fernando Valley, keeping a watchful eye from behind the scenes. When Durk's team landed in Los Angeles, they wasted no time. They linked up with Keon Grant, one of Durk's most trusted associates, who had flown in on a private jet. Grant came prepared, according to court records. He booked hotel rooms for the crew, secured 4 ski masks, and rented 2 luxury vehicles to help them blend into L.A. S upscale environment. He also allegedly provided firearms to Keith Jones, David Lindsay, and another unnamed accomplice, one of which had been illegally modified into a fully automatic weapon. The very next day, the group began trailing Quando Rondo and his cousin, Saviaya Robinson, who were driving around Los Angeles in a Cadillac Escalade. The OTF team watched their every move as Rondo and Robinson stopped at a dispensary, shopped at a clothing store in West Hollywood, and finally pulled into a gas station near the Beverly Center. This was where the plan went into action. Asa Houston parked nearby to block any possible escape route. Moments later, Jones, Lindsay, and the unnamed accomplice jumped out of the vehicles and opened fire, aiming directly at Rondo. While Rondo escaped unscathed, Robinson wasn't so lucky. She was hit by the gunfire and tragically lost her life on the spot. The OTF crew quickly regrouped at an In-N-Out Burger, where they reportedly met with Grant to discuss payment. Reports allege they divided the money before making their escape, heading back to San Diego to catch flights to Chicago by nightfall. Though they hadn't successfully taken out Rondo, the mission was deemed complete. However, the fallout came fast. Authorities tracked the crew's movements, and during a coordinated raid in Chicago, Grant, Jones, Lindsay, DeAndre Wilson, and Asa Houston were all arrested and charged with conspiracy to commit murder for hire. This case highlights just how far the tensions in the rap world can spiral into real-life violence. U.S. Attorney Martin Estrada didn't hold back in describing the severity of the case. "This is cold-blooded, Estrada said, emphasizing the recklessness of carrying out a hit in such a public place. He made it clear that targeting a rival is one thing, but putting innocent bystanders in danger elevates the crime to a whole new level of seriousness. Now, Lil Durk faces a slew of federal charges, including murder for hire and conspiracy to commit murder for hire. The case doesn't stop at Durk either. 5 other OTF affiliates have also been taken into custody as co-conspirators. The prosecution is alleging that Durk bankrolled the entire operation, covering everything from the team's flights to LA to their hotel stays, vehicles, and weapons. Court documents reveal messages allegedly sent by Durk instructing his associates to avoid using any names connected to him while making travel arrangements, a move that prosecutors say shows intent to cover his tracks. But the biggest shock to Durk's camp isn't just the charges, it's the whispers of betrayal. Speculation is running wild on social media, with many pointing fingers at possible informants within Durk's inner circle. Fans and blogs are buzzing about OTF Jam, who's already been rumored to have worn a wire in previous situations. Some believe there might be multiple informants who've been gathering intel for months, if not years. The idea of someone flipping and working with the feds has created a wave of paranoia among Durk's crew. Whether it's real or just another internet-fueled theory, the very thought of betrayal has fans, critics, and even the OTF circle on edge. The stakes have never been higher for Durk, and with so much uncertainty around his camp, it's clear that the fallout from this case is only just beginning. The arrest didn't exactly catch people by surprise. With OTF members being picked up one by one in Chicago, it seems Lil Durk saw the writing on the wall. While spending time in Fort Lauderdale with his kids, reportedly taking them to Disneyland, he must have realized the noose was tightening. Sensing the feds were closing in, Durk allegedly tried to make a move. At first, he booked commercial flights to Dubai and Switzerland, but then he switched to a private jet with plans to head to Italy. However, federal authorities were already monitoring his every move and weren't about to let him leave the country. His attempt to escape was shut down swiftly, leading to his arrest. The internet, as always, exploded. Fans, bloggers, and insiders scrambled to dissect the situation, speculating about what went wrong and how the feds were able to stay ahead of him. Social media lit up with theories, but one thing became clear. There was chaos within Durk's inner circle. People who had once been loyal were either going silent or actively distancing themselves. OTF Moa, one of Durk's closest associates, addressed the chatter directly, calling out the fake concern and those who seemed to take joy in Durk's predicament. Moa told people to stop calling him for information, adding that they should keep the fake energy out of family business. But the biggest shock came from the whispers of betrayal. Rumors began swirling about an inside man feeding the feds crucial information for years. According to Street Talk, that man was none other than OTF Jam, a trusted member of the crew. Jam had done a 12-year stretch for attempted murder, getting out in 2022 to a warm welcome back into OTF. But now, reports suggest that during his time locked up, Jam wasn't just serving his sentence. Allegedly, he was working as an informant, gathering intel for the authorities. Even worse, the information he provided is said to directly link Lil Durk, whose real name is Durk Devontae Banks, to a murder-for-hire plot targeting Quando Rondo's cousin. And while this entire ordeal is taking a toll on OTF, it's also sending shockwaves through rival circles. Speculation is growing that the Crips, specifically Brick Baby, may have some connection to the leaked information that led to Durk's arrest. Brick Baby, who has ties to both OTF and Quando Rondo, finds himself at the center of rumors, with fans wondering whether tensions with Quando have caused friction within the Crip community. Some bloggers suggest that Quando felt abandoned by Brick Baby and the Crips, believing they weren't fully backing him during his ongoing issues with OTF. This lack of perceived support is said to have deepened the rift, adding even more tension to an already volatile situation. Lil Durk's arrest seems like yet another chapter in a violent cycle that's been brewing for years. But it leaves one burning question. Why does Lil Durk allegedly want Quando Rondo gone? Only months after winning a Grammy for All My Life, Durk now finds himself facing the heaviest charge of his career, murder for hire. Durk was apprehended in South Florida just hours after 5 of his OTF associates were arrested in connection to the murder of Savia Robinson, Quando Rondo's cousin. According to prosecutors, this isn't just another random feud, but the culmination of years of tension tied to the infamous conflict between Quando Rondo and King Von, one of Durk's closest friends and allies. Durk, whose real name is Durk Devontae Banks, now sits in Broward County Jail under the custody of U.S. Marshals. The accusations against him have pushed this already intense beef into uncharted territory, taking it far beyond the world of diss tracks and social media exchanges. As the story continues to unfold, it's clear that the roots of this feud run deep, with no easy resolution in sight. Before the tragic passing of King Von in November 2020, the young rapper was on the brink of becoming a household name in hip-hop. Known for his vivid storytelling and street-inspired lyrics, Von had built a solid reputation with tracks like Crazy Story. His affiliation with Lil Durk and OTF only added to his growing fan base and solidified his place in the rap scene. But as Von's star rose, so did tensions with NBA YoungBoy, setting the stage for a conflict that would spiral out of control. Von openly questioned YoungBoy's authenticity, suggesting that his lyrics were more fiction than fact. During one of his Instagram live sessions, Von played YoungBoy's track Play With Us and casually asked, "What is he really talking about?" At first, it seemed like a low-level jab, but things quickly escalated when Von posted a photo of himself hanging out with YB's ex-girlfriend, Yanya. That move didn't sit well with YoungBoy. In response, he posted a picture of himself holding his son, captioned with a petty but personal message implying that families might cross paths one day in a not-so-friendly way. Not stopping there, YoungBoy upped the ante by hitting the studio with Asian Doll, Von's ex-girlfriend, fueling even more online speculation and beef. Von didn't hold back either. He took to Twitter to dismiss YoungBoy's music as garbage and hinted he knew some sensitive details about YoungBoy's personal life. YoungBoy fired back with his track Dead Trolls, which fans believed was packed with subliminal shots aimed at Von. One particular lyric, "Plan on staining something in Atlanta too," added fuel to the fire, hinting at an intensifying feud that was no longer just about music. It was clear that what started as minor jabs was now boiling over into something far more serious. The tension between both crews escalated rapidly, with back and forths on social media turning the situation into a full-blown beef. Fans eagerly watched as Quando Rondo, a key figure in YoungBoy's camp, exchanged threats with Chicago drill rapper Lil Reese, a close ally of Lil Durk and OTF. Adding to the fire, Quando's friend, Timothy Lil Tim Leaks, stirred the pot by tweeting a warning to Von's side to leave Quando alone. Despite the growing tension, Von seemed to downplay the situation during an interview with DJ Academics, calling the feud more of a social media spectacle than a real issue. However, less than 24 hours after that interview, everything changed. On November 6th, 2020, Von crossed paths with Quando Rondo outside a hookah lounge in Atlanta. Wasting no time, Von went straight at Quando, throwing punches and igniting a chaotic brawl. Amid the chaos, Lil Tim allegedly pulled a firearm and shot Von, fatally wounding him. The fallout was immediate and widespread. Asian Doll, Von's ex-girlfriend, tried to calm the waters, stating that the beef had been exaggerated and blaming online gossip for escalating tensions. However, YoungBoy's subsequent reaction only added to the drama. He released Bring the Hook, a track that contained incendiary lyrics aimed directly at Von's home base, O-Block, rapping, O-Block Pack Get Rolled Up. This lyric acted as a spark, leading Von's crew to retaliate by burning YoungBoy's signature 4KT flags in a viral video. The months that followed were marked by relentless disses on both sides. DJ Academics commented that YoungBoy was on demon time, but Lil Reese dismissed this as nothing more than rap posturing. Meanwhile, NLE Choppa, a fan of King Von, publicly showed support for Von, stating on social media that he was standing up for Von since Von could no longer defend himself. The tension reached a boiling point when YoungBoy dropped Know Like I Know, delivering lyrics that were far from subliminal. Lines like, "I bet your mama be destroyed when we send your stupid ass to God," were not just disses, they were outright threats. He even took aim at Lil Durk and Lil Reese, suggesting their fates would mirror King Von's. The feud wasn't just between Youngboy and Durk anymore, it started pulling in other big names. Bobby Shmurda, fresh out of prison and riding his own wave, criticized people who took credit for actions carried out by others, seemingly a jab at Youngboy and his supporters who glorified Lil Tim's role in Von's death. Youngboy, never one to back down, fired back with sarcasm, mocking Shmurda by saying he should focus on making a hit and even calling him a slave. The tension escalated further when Bobby responded with a social media rant threatening violence, though it thankfully never went beyond online exchanges. The drama didn't stop there. In November 2022, Youngboy dropped a collaborative project with Quando Rondo, and one track stood out for its blatant jabs. Quando aimed directly at Von's sister, Kayla B, rapping, "My favorite op dead, sister talk too much," referring to her vocal defense of Von. He also doubled down on the incident, saying, "Lil Timmy rolled her brother up," a clear allusion to Lil Tim's involvement in Von's death. Kayla B wasn't having it. She clapped back on social media, calling Youngboy a hater who's always beefing with everyone. The back and forth only added fuel to the fire. Meanwhile, Lil Durk stayed relatively silent for a while, but he wasn't about to let it slide forever. Rumors began swirling about a possible truce between Durk and Youngboy, but Durk quickly shut them down, saying, "I ain't friends with no niggas." For Durk, this feud wasn't just about music, it was deeply personal, rooted in loyalty to Von. In interviews, Durk made it clear he wasn't interested in sending shots at dissing, but forgiveness wasn't on the table either. He emphasized that the beef was about standing by his late friend, and that loyalty was non-negotiable. With both camps rallying allies across the industry, the tension between NBA Youngboy, Quando Rondo, Lil Durk, and the late King Von remains one of the most intense and divisive feuds in hip-hop history. This clash has not only divided fans and artists, but has also brought a tragic focus to the blurred lines between the rap industry and street violence. Lil Durk is now facing a potentially long legal battle, while Youngboy and Quando continue to stoke the flames through their music and public statements. The ripple effects of King Von's death have made it clear that these feuds are not just isolated rivalries. They reflect a deeply rooted culture of retribution, loyalty, and the harsh realities of life on the south side of Chicago. King Von's legacy highlights the duality of many Chicago rappers. While his music celebrated his persona as a gritty storyteller, his alleged involvement in violent crimes painted a far darker picture. Take the case of Gakira K.I. Barnes, a young figure in Chicago's gang scene whose life was tragically cut short. Police reports and witnesses tied Von to her murder, an act believed to be part of ongoing gang retaliation. Her death shocked many, as she was just 17 years old, a reminder of how deeply gang culture gripped Chicago's youth. The cycle of violence reflected in Chicago's drill scene and beyond raises difficult questions about the intersection of art, reality, and the systemic issues that fuel these conflicts. It's a stark reminder that behind the music and personas are real lives, real losses, and real consequences. As we watch these stories unfold, we hope for change. Change that transforms the energy once spent on rivalries and tragedy into art and success. What do you think about the state of hip-hop and these ongoing feuds? Can there ever be peace in the rap world, or are we doomed to see history repeat itself? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this deep dive, don't forget to like and subscribe for more. Stay tuned for the next chapter in rap's craziest stories.